Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. I'm still at the Children's Library at the Library of Birmingham with Paula again, and Chantal again, and Nick again. And this is about Cthulhu Fluxx, which has come all the way from the Netherlands. Thank you very much, Chantal. As I'm playing this just on the single use of hand, without no tripod, I'll be telling you about the game Fluxx, and particularly about Cthulhu Fluxx. I've played many versions of Fluxx. So if this is how to set up, play, and review, you start with a basic card, you can draw one card, and you play one card. These can change, these rules. There's a meta rule. If all players agree to, you can keep this card in play. And culture clash. If the game ends with no winner, because of an ungoal, the player with the greatest amount of doom points on the table wins. A secret cultist card trumps this and another victory. So these are where you have these doom points down here. So I'll just leave that in shot as an example. So in case of a tie, the player with the most creepers or creepers mentioned on the ungoal wins. So let's say I'm starting off. First and foremost, what I do, I draw a card. So I draw one card, and I think Chantal is telling me it's actually more than one card.
No, you start with three cards.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Yes, you start with 3 cards initially, yes. And then you're going to look at those cards, and you're saying, well, obviously you have to play one of these cards. So now we have a hand limit of 2, which means I have to discard down, because playing it won't be a problem. Take a card at random from the player's hand and play it. I did have a card, actually, it was an undo card out of my turn in the last game we played, which would have stopped your action occurring, so you wouldn't have all lost. But I forgot to check. Anyway, I'm just going to play hand limit 2. So I play this card, it's a new rule. Now I'm fine. Now it'll be Paula's turn. Paula happens to have 3 cards. Let's have a look. This has all been shuffled and random. New card, knowledge is power. If you have one or more investigators in front of you, then creepers do not prevent you from winning. Let's bring that out as one of the play cards. Still 2 cards left. We have other goals, but let's move on to Chantal's turn. 3 cards. 1 new card to 4. We've got a creeper in play. Another creeper with a body.
You need to play.
So there we go. You cannot hold this card, but must play in front of you. As soon as you can, if you draw it, immediately draw another card to replace it. So we'll do this first, even though it was drawn afterwards, but that was just to show you this. New rule, play 3 cards. We've got loads more rules kicking in. Yellow for new rules in this 4K video. Please hit the like button and subscribe and share if you haven't done so already. Draw 4 cards. That's a different rule to anything other than saying draw. And we've also got this, you cannot hold this card. Again, Yoggoth is in play. So we're drawing a new card, and now we have a goal. So this time, this gets interesting. To play this card, place it face up on the table and ascend to the table. Discard previous goal, if any. Seal the gate. The player with the elder sign and the tomb on the table wins. So that's how it works. What you're looking to do is draw cards which have the word keeper in green in this instance, and you have the artist. You might not play this out. It has the investigator symbol, which is important for some of the rules. And like I said, some of these cards will actually have the specific item here, which will be that elder sign. So we happen to have in here the librarian, we have Dreamlands. So as the game goes on, you can do that. What does the symbol mean again, Chantal?
This is the elder sign.
Oh, that's the elder sign, sideways. That doesn't look like an elder sign, it looks like a...
No, the doom is this one.
So yeah, that's doom, and apparently the elder sign is this.
There's different ones.
Okay, so that's basically how it goes. In this instance, so here's the elder sign. So the elder sign happens to be here. We have this card on the table. We may hide one unattached creeper under this card, and it's just like it doesn't exist. You can move it at any time. You can only hide it during your turn. If this card is lost or stolen, the creeper goes with it. Ultimately, and as with all Fluxx games, green cards are good, black cards are typically bad. A bit loosey-goosey, as I expected a Cthulhu game to be. That's very good in that instance. So it plays very much for it works fit. You also have an ungoal in this game. To play this card, place it face up in the centre of the table to discard previous goal. If any, this card is treated as a goal. The Dunwich Horror, the total doom count, so you have to watch out for these around the table, is 6 or more, and someone has Yogg-Sothoth on the table. The game ends with no winner. Yogg-Sothoth wins. Total in play, including Yogg-Sothoth. So this game plays a varied amount of player counts. As you can see, it's 2 to 6 players, 13 ages, 10 to 40 minutes. This didn't take too long, middling kind of duration in this instance. There are some cards, so Chantal will bring out this one. If you have something like this, quite scary artwork, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it with children. It's because it is actually a game which is a Cthulhu Fluxx. It actually does a very good job of representing Fluxx because it is so bananas. So I might give this game a 7 out of 10. It very much feels like it. But Chantal and I agree that Pirate Fluxx is the best, and I think Monty Python as well follows suit. Zombie Fluxx, Nate Fluxx, Star Fluxx, regular Fluxx, and Fluxx in particular, the board game is very good. Now, what Chantal has here is saying to play this card.
It's green,
but it also has obviously that doom. If you have this on the table once during your turn, you may move any creeper from one player to another. You may then put this card back into your hands. So you could be having a goal, it needs you to get the elder sign, somebody else has the elder sign, you could take it. If you've already got the tomb in play, you automatically win. So that's how the game works. It has that peril and that tension. Yes, very much enjoyed this. Like I said, please comment in YouTube is best. Aside from that, if you head through to the description, you can see Linktree, where there are occasionally giveaways. They change all the time depending on the dates, of course, when that giveaway is going live. And also, if you go through to Instagram, there are 2,400 posts. And finally, you can support the channel via Patreon. Well, thank you for watching, and back to the table.